What is going on, everybody? My name is Tech, and if it's your first time to the channel, I was the #1 seller of pre-owned men's clothing on eBay. But today, I'm going to give you guys some clips of some really awesome stuff that I have found, and I don't have enough time to show all the really awesome stuff that I find. Otherwise, I'd have to release multiple videos per day, and nobody's going to watch that. So on Monday, just a couple days ago, I released a video. I might have outdid myself on this video. There's probably 1,000 items that were $50 or more, 3,000 or 4,000 items on the table behind me. So if you do the math, it was anywhere between $120,000 to $150,000 worth of merchandise pictured in that video. And there's just not enough time in the day. I go through hundreds of items, thousands of items every single video, and it probably gets a little bit saturated and watered down, and like it's hard to grasp, and I understand, but we're showing a lot of cool stuff. So in this video, I'm going to show you some more cool stuff. It's basically like 5 videos condensed down into one, where I just showed you the coolest of the coolest, because otherwise these videos and these items are never going to see the light of day. And there is like 20 to 30 items that are like $500 plus in this video alone that otherwise would have never saw the light of day. So a lot of good ones. I hope it's helpful. I hope you guys can learn. But this is about 1 month worth of videos that I would have released or never released, condensed down into very, very short, very, very digestible. You know, check out these brands, BOLO these brands, research these brands, deep dive these brands, because these brands are out there. Just like the ones on Monday, those brands were not found in the great state of Florida. They were not even found by me. I put my best guy in the best situation, and he's finding thousands of items per week that are $50 and plus. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this video. We will only bring these kind of videos with the best of the best. Ain't nobody else doing this. The best of the best at scale, hundreds or thousands of items per video. That's how we do. Let's go. All right, so we went to the flea market again today, crushed it. Got a lot of stuff, but I just want to highlight this. These are Harv Ledger, and these are bandage dresses. This one is brand new. Regular price, $590. So we went to the flea market up in West Palm Beach. Palm Beach has some money. So we got this one here. We got 2. These are pre-owned. Only 1 was new, I believe. We got 3. We got 4. There's a different kind of one, kind of like a little slinky one. Was that 6, 7? We got these for $10 each. It looks like that they cleaned out a storage unit, and it had all of this person's clothes in it. These dresses I've probably seen one night or no night at a party on Palm Beach Island, maybe at Mar-a-Lago, who knows. But we got several. This one is a 2-piecer. There's another. There's another. So we did really well on these. Again, paid $10. So we got 18 of those. 1 was brand new. We paid $10 each for those. And then we got this brand here. This is another really nice brand. We've had it a couple times before. Again, same lady, same storage unit. Nice dress there. Another one, same brand. So whoever this lady was, she had expensive taste. Another one there, another dress. Same one, made in Italy. Skirt, and like, these were like worn once or worn no times. More. So we got a bunch of these. Another one, a cardigan here. Again, made in Italy. And then we got this one, also from the same lady. This one is brand new. Brand is Wolford. And this is the Ada pullover. So for these ones, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, 18 or 19 of these, 1 of those, $10 each, $10 each, $5 each, from someone who bought a storage unit from a very, very wealthy lady in a flea market about, I don't know, 10 minutes from Palm Beach Island. And West Palm Beach is a little bit of a unique situation. You have the richest of the rich, and then where I go to the flea market. So sometimes that stuff trickles over, the Lily Pulitzer, all the Lululemon. We got some Laurel Piana today. So there's good stuff out there, you just gotta look for it. So we were just about to leave, I showed you these, but this one is also worth mentioning. Guys, I find so much stuff, it doesn't even make it to the video. Like this one almost didn't even make it to the video. All right, this jacket here, Donnybrook. There's the tag. Donnybrook, made in USA. This one I've had 3 times. This is the 3rd time. I got this one for 10 bucks. Rihanna actually wore this, and after she wore it, it exploded in value. I've sold it pre-owned for 300 or 400 bucks, but this one is brand new. And we got this one for $10 at the second flea market. We got these at the first flea market. We got a bunch of Hokas and Enclaves and a bunch of clothes, as we always do. But we got this one for 10 bucks right before it started raining. Brand new. I sold it pre-owned for 300 or 400. So maybe 500 or 600 bucks for this one. And you gotta know what celebrities wear what. That's where the value comes from. We are in Orlando, Florida. It's about 4 hours away from my house. We were at another spot picking out some stuff, and my main man, Kelby, he hit me on Instagram and said, yo, there's a guy at this market that I'm at. He's got a bunch of vintage, a bunch of sports specialties, bunch of Jenkos, bunch of crazy stuff. You should come over here. The problem is, over here is 52 minutes away, and it is already 10:06. So we're gonna be there after 11. And as you guys know, the flea market vendors kind of start packing up. So hopefully we could race over there. Hopefully we could get there. Hopefully we could get some of the stuff. Hopefully there's stuff even left. But, you know, when Kelby says there's stuff out there, you know, and he says it's worth trying to go over there, it's worth trying to go over there. So he had to leave the market as well. He had to go do something, and now he's going back. But we're going to try to make it happen today. I don't know. This could be a total bust. Or maybe we do a lap and we get a bunch of stuff at this spot as well. But if you don't go, you don't know, and that's the name of the game. So I'll see you in 52 minutes. We are in traffic right now. Orlando has so much traffic, but we will be there eventually. And hopefully there'll be some good stuff. All right, so we got this one here, Jordan caricature shirt, Salem, 1991. This one's going to my main man, Kelby.
What's up, guys?
He gave me the lead, and we have done very nicely on this stuff. So you give the lead, you get the good ones. Thank you, sir. All right, so we just left the flea market again. Shout out to Kelby because he told us to go over to that one. We drove 40 something minutes, maybe 52 minutes. We got all of this stuff from one vendor and the other stuff from another vendor, and then we did pretty good on a different vendor, and we're gonna show you that stuff absolutely last, because there's 2 items that's about this big that sell for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So stay tuned for that. We got this Star Trek shirt, 2001. Another Star Trek shirt, Deep Space Nine. Again, single stitch. Another Star Trek shirt, Data, 1994. And all these sell very nicely on eBay as well. 1993, another Star Trek. A 1993, another Star Trek. Another one. So we bought 9 Star Trek shirts in all from this one vendor. Here goes another one. A 2010 Ozzy Osbourne Hanes tag. And then we got a couple of these from them. These are starter jerseys. This is the Florida Marlin one. These sell very nicely. And we got a Yankees one as well, starter as well. Starter. Yankees. This is a Salem Sports caricature shirt from 1987. This one is single stitch. This one's gonna sell very nicely. Got John Elway on there and a couple other legends. Caricature is a good keyword for this. A Minnesota Twins starter jacket with the kangaroo pouch. This one will sell nicely. Starter. And on the back, it's got the big Twins logo. That one will do pretty nice. A Grant Hill Detroit Pistons champion jersey. You don't find a lot of these out there, but we found 2 today. A big face Mickey Mouse. That's going to do very nice. And a Chicago Bulls starter jersey here, Bulls on the back. So this person here, they buy storage units, and they had some old stuff, some vintage stuff. I picked up some stuff from them. Charles Barkley champion shirt, and this is like kinda was some indicators that I knew maybe they would have some good stuff. Vintage Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is a vintage raglan from the Smurfs. You can go on Google and you can look at the tag. This one will do pretty nicely. Another vintage Hunchback of Notre Dame, a vintage Taz Miami Hurricanes. This one's very nice, a Jenko jersey. That one will sell pretty good. These ones here are 1984, 1985 baby shoes. They're very old, on the verge of maybe falling apart, but that's okay. These are going to be sold for collectible purposes only to someone that is going to collect these. And these sell for around maybe $300 or $400. These are going to sell great. But even better than these baby shoes are these baby shoes. These are Jordan 2s, also from 1980s. These ones here, again, are on the verge of falling apart almost. You could see the glue is kind of, but that's okay. These are for collectible purposes only. Someone will sit these on the shelf. Jordan 1s for babies, there's confirmed sales of $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. These are Jordan 2s. Can't find anything like these on the internet. Would not be surprised if this sell in the neighborhood of $500 to $1,000. They're in great condition, considering that they're like 40 years old. And these are going to sell fantastic. These are going to sell fantastic. And everything that you saw in here is going to sell fantastic. So we found the majority of this stuff at 1 o'clock because I went to this flea market second because Kelby gave me the lead and said there's a guy over there that has a bunch of stuff, and that was that stack of Star Trek stuff that we went through first. So don't be afraid to go to a flea market late. Don't be afraid to drive another 52 minutes to the flea market, because these two items right here alone make that entire trip worth it. There's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of profit that we got today. One trip, 4 hours away from our house. If you know what to look for, there's money everywhere. All right, so let me show you a couple of these things here. We got this. This is a Nintendo SP, but you have to look very carefully on the back. AGS 101. The 101 model has a pearl finish on it and is backlit and commands a premium. So the other Game Boy isn't backlit. The screen is more dull and the color is more flat. It's not pearl. And the other one is AGS 001. Still sells great. But this one here, the pearl finished one, the AGS 101, sells for a premium, so you could pay more money for these when you do see them out there. We got Super Smash Brother. That's an immediate sale. We got these. Shout out to my main man, David. He bought these for personal, but they don't fit anymore. He lost a lot of weight. These are all brand new. I did pay up for these. I paid $300 for all the stuff that you do see here, but one of them will pay for the whole lot. We got the Crest. This is the remake of the Crest. We got the P-Wing, again brand new. We got the RL93, again brand new sailing. Another one of the 93, brand new. A polo, like nice Hawaiian print long sleeve shirt, again brand new. Another one here with a nice crest, brand new. And then another 1993, brand new. But the reason why I paid $300 for all, because this one here will pay for the whole lot. Brand new here on the front. You've got the little polo bear on the back for the souvenir shirt, Freedom Seekers. Souvenir jackets are very good. If you can get the ones from like Vietnam or the Korean Wars, those souvenir jackets sell for a ton of money sometimes. This is like a remake inspiration of. So this one will pay for the whole lot. All of these will be free. So plenty of profit there, even though we had to pay up. But shout out to my main man, David. He always looks out for us, and he's a really good guy. I've known him almost, 20 years out there at the flea market. He's out there picking and hustling too. So shout out to him. Just got some regular stuff in this stack. Some Rockaware jeans, some Mecca jeans, Paco, some Johnny Blaze. Those are going to sell very nicely. Just the stuff you guys always see. Bad Birdie, good brand for the golf polos. Some Champion football jerseys. That's the New York Jets. So we picked up all of these shoes today. There's 150 pairs. And as you're starting to see, just like I started with the channel, I knew nobody. The hauls were small. And I started meeting people, and the hauls get large. Thousands of pieces every single time we go out. 150 pairs of shoes one day. Hoka's, beautiful ones. The On Clouds, nice ones as well. We get a lot of Air Maxes. We got some Doc Martens. These are good Nike kind of military boots. Again, just Hoka's on top of Hoka's. The Terrain ones. Some Vapor Maxes. More Air Maxes there. On Clouds. These ones are very nice. The Pro Flies. There's some nice ones here. We got a good amount of Birkenstocks today. All of these Birkenstocks. We got these Doc Martens out there for $3. These are the ATL Tuned Air. They kind of have like some like teddy bear material on the inside. More Hokas, more Air Maxes. These ones have like a Marlboro pattern on them. Air Maxes again, more. Then we got a couple pairs of kids shoes, some Jordans, some little guy Air Maxes, more little guy ones. Those do pretty good if you can get them for the right price. These are some up-tempos. We got these Puma BMW ones, driving shoes. They do pretty well. More Hokas, Noble. These are brand new condition. I don't think these ever been worn. Noble, good price on those. We got those for $20. More Air Maxes. We got the shocks. You just gotta test them back here and make sure that the springs aren't coming undone. We got some copper Air Maxes. More Vapor Max. All in all, some pretty good stuff, some pretty solid stuff on the shoes today. Here's some Metcons. These are for weightlifting. But pretty good stuff. These ones here are the quality Air Force Ones. Those sell pretty well. But all in all, some pretty nice stuff today. Definitely did really, really well on the shoes. Went to the flea market today. We picked up 25 pieces of these shirts. These are by Keith Scramble Campbell. He's a very well-known artist. His art goes for a lot of money. We got 300 or 400 or 500 pieces in the other room. We always pick up the Hokas. Once upon a time, you know, picking up a couple Hokas was exciting. But as you guys know, we've scaled this up to picking up hundreds of Hokas per day, every single time we go out. So Keith Scramble Campbell, he's an artist. His art goes for a lot of money. This is a Grateful Dead one. It says Jerry Garcia right there. He does some stuff with the Grateful Dead. But these particular shirts are interesting because they all came with these 3D glasses where if you put them on, the print actually pops up. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera, but maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know. So all of these are dead stock. All of these are brand new. They're all on the period tags from the 90s. For the loom, they're all single stitch. Top and single stitch on the bottom. This one looks crazy when you put on the glasses. This is the same print. They all have back prints as well. This is an Einstein one. Again, it's signed down here. Scramble Vision, Einstein. And it's very kind of trippy. And they all have a little back hit. The black ones here, whenever you do get some dead stock black shirts, these are from the 90s. Again, single stitch. You do want to test them for dry rot. So what you want to do is you kind of want to tug and try to rip here at the hem. And if it does rip, then it's no good. There is no cure for dry rot. And dry rot is from the sulfur that they put onto the cotton to turn the cotton from white to black. So you do want to pay attention to that. You do want to make sure. We got all of these for $5 each. We got 25 total. And I mean, conservatively speaking, for dead stock, probably at least $200 each. So in addition to everything that we got, in addition to the shoes, this right here kind of makes it a grand slam for today. We went to the flea market this morning at 5 o'clock. Can't show you everything, but we got a bunch of really nice shoes. There's a pair of shoes over there worth a few $100s. We'll get to those later. This is what we got today for the Lululemon. All this is Lululemon. Couple nice jackets in here. Nice pairs of pants, some men's shorts, women's. We usually get, you know, about 50 to 200 pieces of Lululemon every single time we go out. Here's some nice women's stuff. I don't really show a lot of the women's stuff, but we're going to show some love today to some of our women's clothing sellers. We got this Dolce & Gabbana dress. Very nice one. That should sell well. We got this brand here, Marie St. Pierre, Montreal. That one will sell nicely. St. John Sport. A couple nice Lilly Pulitzer dresses. And we find a lot of Lilly Pulitzer down here because this is where she began, you know, opening up her shops, was in Palm Beach. So it has some nice, you know, embellishments on the front. Got the belt for that one. The longer the dress, the older the tag, the more money you'll get for the Lilly. We got some True Religion, some more St. John with the Santana knit, and then an Alexander Wang skirt. And you'll have to excuse me, I'm not feeling my best today, but the show must go on. We have good connections, good relationships, And everyone wants good connections and good relationships until you wake up sick and you know they depend on you because they have bills to pay and you have to be there because you said you're going to be there. So I'm not feeling 100, but we got to get out there and we got to show those people respect, and we still got to go out and get the good stuff. It doesn't sleep. There's no days off. We got this nice polo, tartan plaid, purple label, Ralph Lauren lounge pants. Those are going to do nicely. Brand new with tags, North Face flash dry pants. Very old, made in Hong Kong, Ralph Lauren velour skirt. This is going to sell for fantastic money here. Very nice, made in Hong Kong. Some more brand new with tags, North Face. These were originally $65. These are the wind wall pants. Brand new with tags, RLX. Someone guessed the original price. I'm scared to look. $248 for a kind of quilted, insulated bubble skirt. LeBron James, stitched. These go for good money. A brand new with tags, Ralph Lauren, Ralph Lauren with the pants. And I only picked up these because of my main man, Arwen from the UK. So these are Jordan, Neymar, ACC, all conditions control, soccer cleats. And if you get these brand new on StockX, they're like over $1,000. These are the Hyper Venom 2s. And this here is just surface. This will rub right off. This will rub right off. The front, like Arwen said, make sure they're not peeling. Make sure, you know, there's no wear to the front because they do check that out. They have very cool bottoms here. See the Jumpman under that. But if it wasn't for Arwen, I don't know if we would have picked these up, because inside of the group, Arwen has done a fantastic deep dive for Nike football cleats, Adidas soccer boots, whatever you want to call them. He is a master at them. And if it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't have picked these up, and we wouldn't have been able to turn $15 into probably $300 or $400. So again, ACC, that's what he taught us. That's what you're looking for. All conditions control. This high sock, that's what you're looking for. Very, very lightweight, balancing on one finger. But if it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for us hanging out with him for 2 weeks, he wouldn't have taught us everything to look out for in terms of Hoka. He wouldn't have taught us everything to look out for in terms of VaporMax 360s. He wouldn't have taught us about this kind of locking shoe system. He wouldn't have taught us about Brooks. He wouldn't have taught us about these cleats. He wouldn't have taught us about 4D Adidas Air Maxes. So get out there and network with people, because you are passing by items that you don't know about, but somebody else does. And if you could help them, they could help you. And that's the name of the game at the end of the day. So I appreciate Arwen. Thank you, sir. I know it's a overload of information, but I can't show you everything. We got fantastic women's stuff. We got some fantastic hats. I could just show you the top 1%. Don't have time for everything, but I do hope these videos are helpful. As always, thank you. Be great. Thank you.